Thank you for being here, Mr. Cormier. So the Leaders Debates Commission was established in 2018. So in the last 7 years, how many events has the commission hosted?
In debates?
Yes.
3. 2019, 21, and 25.
Okay. But each debate has actually had 2, an English and a French.
Yes.
So 6.
Yes.
So you've done 6 things in 7 years, correct?
We've organized 6 debates in 7 years.
Okay. And what do you do on a given day?
Pardon me?
What do you do on a given day?
On a given day?
Yes.
Well, we have weekly meetings we have a small staff, a full-time person who actually does the accounting, finances, administration, and a lot of other stuff. And I'm part-time, and we have another part-time employee who actually helps us with on an hourly basis.
And what's your salary range that's been established by the Order in Council?
The salary range?
Well, you can offer your specific one, but I know that the range is what's publicly available.
I don't know the full range of it. Okay. I know what I'm paid.
Okay. Are you open to sharing that with the committee?
Well, I don't know if it's privileged information from Human Resources. I actually don't know.
Okay. When you were appointed, as I understand it, the range that the Order in Council stipulated was $160,000, I believe, to $190,000. Does your salary for your part-time job fall within that range?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not paid the full amount. I'm paid for 2 days a week.
Okay. So your commission hosts a meeting a week. What else do you do?
We after each debate, we actually do consultations. We just published a report that is required by our mandate. We prepare for the next debates. We review the participation criteria. In this case, also the media accreditation policy. We hold consultations on some of these questions, and we prepare also the contracting. The contracting for the next debates is always a complicated and arduous task because we go through PSPC rules. So there's enough for us to actually be to be busy enough. And like I say, we are also, for the last 3 cycles, we've been in minority government situations where we have to be on call in case there is a debate. In case there is an election. So that's.
If there had been a majority government elected, or a situation such as was the case after 2021, where there was a de facto majority government for a period of time, you would have 4 years. That is, at 1 meeting a week, that's about 200 meetings you would have achieved. So that's something. But what else would you have done in a 4-year period, especially the 3 years between an election and the year before the following election?
If we were in a majority government situation, we could very possibly, the government could very possibly decide that the debates commission will be suspended for 1 or 2 years. That actually happened after the 2019 election, but then we had to be called back quite quickly because we were in a minority government situation and the government could fall any day. So, of course, if there's a majority government, then I think you could revisit that part of it.
I'm just having trouble understanding what exactly it is you do here, because we have a situation in which if the Leaders Debates Commission were to go away right now, and there was no commission in 2015, it wouldn't mean we would have no debates. In 2015, there was a Maclean's debate. There was a Globe and Mail debate. We had no shortage of debates. And I believe it was another committee, previously heard testimony from Paul Wells, who was involved with the Maclean's debate, who I believe said they could have had 60 of their debates for the price your organization did 1. So why is this necessary, and why is it necessary even between elections to have this commission?
Well, maybe you should put that question also to the government. Yeah. We execute the mandate that we're given with the resources that we're given. I think the Debates Commission has brought stability to the environment. I was in the 2015 debates organization, which was quite quite disorganized, if you like. We didn't know if we would have debates or not until the very end, and it involved a lot of negotiations with parties.
Private organizations held debates.
But there was, there were less. I think if you want debates that actually have the kind of viewership that we can deliver, you need the big networks to be involved, and you need to widen the distribution as we've done it. And also, we also reach communities that also feel disenfranchised by politics, whether it's indigenous communities or other minority language communities, other groups that actually don't feel part of the system. So through some of the new emerging media that stream our debates, because it's a free signal, then I think we have an impact that debates organized by private organizations cannot have in the same sense, because the propriety of the debates belongs to these news organizations. I think that's a big difference. Whether all of this is necessary, I think that's open for political debate.
So much.
Thank you. So, Mr. Cormier, so we discussed last time that there have been 3 elections in which the Leaders' Debates Commission has been established and has been responsible for organizing state-run debates. I'm still having a little bit of difficulty understanding precisely what the Commission's role is between elections. Would you agree to provide your calendar to the committee for what you have done since the last election?
Well, I don't keep necessarily a calendar of all the calls and meetings that I have, So
Okay.
it wouldn't have represent the right picture of what I do.
Okay. Do you have a list of things you've achieved or accomplished since the last election that you could provide?
Do that, yes.
Okay.
We could do that.
Thank you very much. There obviously, just for the sake of the committee, I've as a journalist before I became a member of Parliament, I had to engage with the Leaders' Debates Commission. You were very gracious in testifying in the lawsuit on press freedom, Lawton versus Canada, in which True North and subsequently Rebel News as well were granted authorization to accredit. But the instinct of the Leaders' Debates Commission in the 2019 election was to draw a line and not permit independent media from attending the debate and attending scrums where there was the opportunity to pose questions to leaders. In the 2021 election, there was a bit of a different approach. Some independent media, myself included, were accredited. Some were not. The Leaders' Debates Commission once again went to court and was unsuccessful. And then in 2025, there was a broader accreditation, but in the end, scrums were abruptly canceled, thus denying independent media the opportunity to ask questions of party leaders. So why is it that in every single election, there has been a desire by the Leaders' Debates Commission to prevent certain journalists from accessing the proceedings and asking questions of leaders of parties in this country?
Well, if we go back to 2019, the media that we thought did not deserve accreditation were media that we did not believe adhered to professional standards and had demonstrated that they were more advocates than actually journalists. Same thing in 2021. Now, we lost the cases in court because the court told us that the commission does not have the authority to decide that. And since there is no legal definition of journalism, the court is not in a position to actually solve that question. So we lost those 2 cases. We took stock of that, and for 2025, we decided to widen the definition of what the media organization is. If you produce content on Canadian affairs, you're in. So that's on that basis that we actually admitted the media.
But anyone can watch the debate on YouTube or on television. The critical difference between being accredited as a journalist by the Leaders Debates Commission and not is access to the scrums. Now, I understand you're moving away from scrums in the future, but that is precisely the point here, where there was an opportunity to say Canadians deserve access to political leaders, and at every single election, the commission has put a barrier where only certain journalists, namely, elite parliamentary press gallery journalists, would meet the criteria of what you constitute as a journalist. And when everyone was allowed in, you canceled the scrums altogether. How is that keeping with transparency?
We accredited 60 different media organizations this time, and a wide variety of new media.
Canceled the scrums.
Yes, because we could not guarantee a proper environment for press conferences. I mean, I was in that press room during the debates, and there was too much tension, too much argument. That's the last thing I wanted to do is to cancel the scrums. I believe in accountability and access to leaders, but it has become too disruptive for the public interest of the commission and of the debates, and I'm truly sad about that. But that's the case.